Today we continue the Whaler in part 5. Got a couple of projects today as we begin to work toward getting this boat in the water as a side console center steering boat. Took these a little slower just to show you how I made decisions. Let's get to it. Okay, next project. This is the remnants of the old cable steering system, which I'm removing. So we're going to have a steering tube that comes around back here. And it's going to attach to an arm. And we're going to have to attach into this like that. So, I don't need these guys, and I don't need two holes. I need one right here in the middle. So, I got an idea to put an aluminum plate right here in the middle. I would probably weld it if I had a welder. I don't have a welder. But let's see what we can do. You can see it's flared out a little bit, so I'm going to try to make this level again. That, and then maybe a little press in the vise. Alright, so there actually is an OEM part available for this. It has one hole, not two, and it has that clip you see on there with the spring, and it's $60 on eBay. So, what we chose to do is get a piece of scrap aluminum for $2. And my thought is, we're going to basically do this. So we'll cut that piece out, and then in the very center of it, we will put a hole. And so that is 4.5 inches long. So 2.25 is our center point. So on our drill press, we'll cut out these three. With an angle grinder, we'll cut this and clean it up, and it will go onto here, and we'll get our center hole, and it will actually, yeah, it'll work. I don't always wear eye protection when I should, but when the grinder comes out, I always wear eye protection. That's not how we're going to cut that. Round 2 with the jigsaw. Round 3. See if we can at least do a corner here. $30 minutes of work for $60. So we're going to start building this back seat with the backrest. So I'm excited to get this one done. So we've got these aluminum backrests. I got 3 of those. And so what I've already done is I found the center point of the wood. Then I measured 9 inches in on the outside, 9 inches in on the outside. And I think those are going to be good distances. It's also going to put the left and right backrests probably behind mostly where someone is. So I think this is good. So we're going to get them on the base seat first, and then we're going to adjust the height on the back once we get that done on the boat. I think this will work great. We'll put some cushions on this, but I think it's going to work really well. So the next question I have is, from what I was given, I can determine the original seat measurements because they have these notches, right? To me, it seems like the front seat is further forward than it has to be. I'm going to move the whole seat arrangement a little bit forward so I can get some storage space back here. But, like, why is that so far forward? So let's look. We all know I'm not going to use this, but let's just look at how I would be steering it. And so, you know, if my hand's on my hip, I think it could come back a little bit. My console is going to be a little bit shorter than this. And so I would probably have the console start like an inch back. And then again, this measurement is going to be shorter on my version. So I pulled it back a little bit. I think I want my console to start here. So I'm going to mark it on the wood. I'm going to barely mark it on the boat. So that would pull the front seat back about an inch. And the height of the backrest is 19 inches. I don't think I'd want to go that high, but I think I'd be comfortable with my maybe 17, maybe 18. So I'm talking about how much higher it comes off of the side. So let's just say height 17 to 18 inches. The Super Sport is like 29 inches. So this is 16 inches now. So I want to move this out a little bit to have space over here for electronics. So I think that's about the maximum I would go. So 22 wide. And then I have a constraint to work with, which is, I told you, I searched long and far for a good hardwood dealer, shopped several, finally found Roberts in Sarasota, which is great, but the width is severely limited in some of these things. The Sapele I got is 10.5 inches wide. So at my widest point, I can't be wider than 10.5 at the widest point, which is fine because again, I'm going to do a slope. I'm going to get more surface area by creating an upward slope and a top. But essentially, my depth has to be less than or equal to 10.5 inches. So to draw it out, we're going to look something like this, where this is the front seat back there, and then the wheel is coming off of here like that. So I think with these measurements, I can do the rest of that. I need to remember on the outside edge here, I'm going to have to notch. It's about 7/8. A little bit less, actually, so we're going to have to remember that because I don't want to cut that 7/8 and make it not fit perfectly. And then with that, once I build this and dry fit it, I'll know where the front seat needs to be, and I'll move it back by notching the two side rails, pulling that out and pulling the seat back, making it all snug. And then this becomes, again, a backrest at a slope, not this useless thing that is going to cause you a lumbar problem.